In the pharmaceutical industry, the way a company structures its sales organization truly shapes its destiny. The right structure empowers teams to connect with the right customers, launch new therapies with confidence, and stay agile in a rapidly changing market. In this video, we'll dive into the essential models of sales organization, discover how companies determine the ideal size of their sales force, and reveal the key management roles that drive success on the ground. In the pharmaceutical industry, the way a company structures its sales organization truly shapes its destiny. The right structure empowers teams to connect with the right customers, launch new therapies with confidence, and stay agile in a rapidly changing market. In this video, we'll dive into the essential models of sales organization, discover how companies determine the ideal size of their sales force, and reveal the key management roles that drive success on the ground. Whether a company is striving to cover a vast market, introduce groundbreaking medicines, or focus on specialized segments like hospitals, its sales force is always organized to support its unique ambitions. Every decision in structure is made with purpose, aligning with the company's vision for impact. By understanding these organizational choices, you'll gain valuable insight into how pharma companies maximize their reach, boost efficiency, and create lasting impact, setting the stage for everything that follows in the world of pharmaceutical sales. By understanding these organizational choices, you'll gain valuable insight into how pharma companies maximize their reach, boost efficiency, and create lasting impact, setting the stage for everything that follows in the world of pharmaceutical sales. By understanding these organizational choices, you'll gain valuable insight into how pharma companies maximize their reach, boost efficiency, and create lasting impact, setting the stage for everything that follows in the world of pharmaceutical sales. In the world of pharmaceuticals, the way a company organizes its sales team shapes not just daily routines, but the very foundation of long-term success. Every division of responsibility, every channel of communication, and every specialized role is a deliberate choice that impacts results. Let's dive into the main ways companies structure their sales forces and discover why these decisions truly matter. One of the most common and effective approaches is to organize the sales team by geography. In this model, each medical representative takes charge of a specific territory, whether it's a state, a city, or a region. They become the go-to person for every customer in their area, handling all products, building strong local relationships, and ensuring no opportunity is missed. This structure not only reduces travel time and costs, but also gives customers a clear, reliable point of contact. But when a company offers a wide range of products, a single representative may need to be a generalist, making it challenging to master every detail. This geographic structure is especially powerful for companies aiming for broad market coverage, like those serving general practitioners and local chemists across India's diverse landscape. Another strategy is to organize by product or brand. Here, specialized teams focus on a single product or a closely related group of brands. Each member becomes a true expert, able to engage in deep scientific discussions with doctors and provide detailed, up-to-date information. This approach shines when dealing with complex or specialty medicines. Think oncology drugs or breakthrough therapies. While this structure builds deep expertise, it can also mean that several representatives from the same company visit the same doctor, sometimes causing confusion and raising costs. Yet, for large companies with multiple divisions, this model is essential for thriving in highly competitive fields. Some companies take a different route, organizing their teams around the type of customer they serve. There might be one team for general practitioners, another for specialists, and a separate group for large hospital chains. This approach helps the sales force truly understand the unique needs of each customer group, allowing them to tailor solutions, build stronger partnerships, and offer more personalized support. Of course, this can sometimes lead to overlapping efforts in the same geographic area, which may increase travel and coordination challenges. Still, as the Indian market evolves, more companies are adopting this customer-focused approach, especially for key accounts like major hospital groups. In reality, most large companies blend these models into what's called a hybrid or matrix structure. For instance, a company might divide teams by region, but within each region, have specialized groups for certain products or customer types. This flexible approach lets companies balance efficiency with expertise, adapting to the unique needs of different markets and customers.
The way we organize our sales teams is all about creating value for our customers. For a doctor in a small town, it's important to have one reliable representative for all our products. For a specialist in a major hospital, it's about having a knowledgeable expert who can discuss advanced therapies. Our structure needs to be flexible enough to deliver both.
Deciding the right number of people for a pharmaceutical sales team is a decision that can shape the future of the business. Too few and vital customers and regions are overlooked, giving competitors a chance to step in. Too many, and costs can spiral, shrinking profits even if sales targets are met. The real challenge is to strike a balance, covering the market thoroughly while keeping the business strong and healthy. It's not just about counting heads. Companies rely on careful analysis to determine how many salespeople they truly need. The aim is to reach as many customers as possible, but also to ensure that every investment delivers value. Some companies use simple rules of thumb, while others turn to detailed data and sophisticated models to guide their decisions. A common approach is to look at all the customers a company wants to reach and estimate the effort required to visit them regularly. This helps the company figure out exactly how many people are needed to give every important customer the attention they deserve. The idea is straightforward. Selling is a series of activities, calls, visits, and follow-ups. Each salesperson has a limit to what they can accomplish in a year. By adding up all the work and dividing it by what one person can handle, the company arrives at a realistic team size. Here's how this works in practice. First, customers are grouped by their importance and potential. For instance, top specialists might be in one group, high-prescribing general practitioners in another, and medium potential doctors in a third. Next, the company decides how often each group should be visited. Top doctors may need to be seen twice a month, while others are visited less frequently. This sets the target for how many calls or visits are needed each year. Then, the total number of visits is calculated. For example, if there are 200 top specialists who each need 24 visits a year, that's 4,800 visits. Add in the other groups, and the company gets the total workload for the year. The company also considers what one salesperson can realistically achieve. If someone works 220 days a year and can make 8 calls a day, that's 1,760 calls annually. This sets a practical limit for each person's workload. Finally, the total number of visits is divided by what one person can handle. If the answer is 19.77, the company rounds up and hires 20 people. This way, every customer receives the right amount of attention. This method is logical and ensures no one is left out, but it doesn't account for the fact that some visits are more valuable than others, or that certain customers generate more sales. It's a solid starting point, but not the whole story. Some companies take a different approach. They look at how much extra profit each new salesperson brings in compared to their cost. The idea is to keep adding people as long as each one adds more profit than they cost. This method is based on the idea that the first salesperson in a new area will capture the easiest sales. Each new person adds a bit less, until eventually the cost of hiring someone new matches the extra sales they bring in. That's when the team is the right size. To do this, companies use data to predict how sales will grow as more people are added. They compare this to the full cost of each salesperson, including salary, travel, and other expenses. The right number is where the extra sales match the extra cost. This approach is financially sound, but it's difficult to get exactly right. It requires a lot of good data and assumes that nothing else is changing in the market, which is rarely the case. In reality, most companies use a mix of analysis and practical judgment. While models and data are important, the final decision often comes down to experience and what truly works in the real world. For example, many managers simply decide what percentage of sales they can afford to spend on the sales team. If the budget allows for 100 people, that's how many they hire. This keeps costs under control, but may not always match the market's real needs. Others look at what their competitors are doing. If the top company has 500 salespeople, a rival might aim for 400 to stay competitive. This is a common approach in fast-moving markets.
Sizing the sales force is really a blend of science, art, and practical sense. We use data to estimate the effort needed and models to check profitability. But in the end, it's a strategic judgment call, balancing our goals, our budget, and what's happening in the market.
Picture yourself with the responsibility of ensuring every corner of a vast country like India is reached by your sales team. It's not just about numbers, it's about strategic placement and purposeful organization. Territory design is both an art and a science, dividing the market into manageable zones so each sales representative can focus on a specific group of customers and truly maximize their impact. Each decision in territory design shapes how effectively your team can serve the market, making every effort count toward your company's success. A well-designed territory is much more than a spot on the map. It's a thoughtfully selected network of customers, clinics, and hospitals entrusted to one person. When territories are crafted with care, salespeople feel empowered, motivated, and able to build lasting relationships with their clients. This thoughtful approach inspires productivity and trust, laying the foundation for strong connections and meaningful results. When each territory is designed with intention, every representative knows their role and can focus on what matters most, serving their clients well. The result is a sales force that's not just present, but truly effective in every region. But what truly makes a territory effective? It all comes down to fairness and balance. Each area should offer a similar chance for success, so no one is left struggling with too few opportunities or overwhelmed by too many. This balance is built on real data, like the number of doctors, prescription trends, and hospital capacity, ensuring everyone has a fair shot at reaching their goals and making a difference. It's equally important to keep the workload manageable. If a territory is too large or spread out, a sales rep might spend more time traveling than actually meeting customers. Compact, logically shaped territories help reduce travel time and costs, allowing representatives to spend more time where it truly matters, with their clients, building trust, and driving results. Creating these territories is a careful, thoughtful process. It begins by breaking the market into small, meaningful units, like districts or neighborhoods. Each unit is analyzed for its potential, using data on prescriptions, doctors, and clinics. These units are then grouped together to form territories that are balanced in both opportunity and workload, ensuring every representative can perform at their best. Of course, real life is never as simple as a spreadsheet. Sometimes adjustments are needed for things like rivers, mountains, or even long-standing relationships between customers and salespeople. The best territory plans blend hard data with local knowledge, making sure the design works not just on paper, but in the real world where it matters most. But the work doesn't end once territories are set. Markets evolve, new products launch, and companies grow. That's why territory management is a continuous process. Regular reviews and realignments keep the sales force in sync with the latest opportunities and challenges, ensuring the company remains competitive and responsive in a changing landscape. To measure how well a territory is performing, companies compare its sales to its potential. If a territory is outperforming expectations, it could signal a great salesperson or an untapped market. If it's underperforming, it may need extra support or a fresh approach. This ongoing evaluation ensures every territory and every representative has the chance to succeed. By staying attentive and adaptable, companies can unlock the full potential of their sales teams and markets. In the end, effective territory management is about more than boundaries. It's about empowering people to achieve their best.
Designing territories is a balancing act. Data gives us the science, but the real world adds the art. The goal is always to create a fair playing field where every representative has a real chance to succeed.
In every successful pharmaceutical company, the strategies that guide the sales force are not just plans, they are the result of vision and dedication from a team at the head office. These professionals are the true architects of the brand's journey, shaping its direction and ensuring that every move in the market is intentional and impactful. Their collaboration transforms a simple product into a trusted name, and their vision forges a powerful connection between the company's goals and the needs of healthcare professionals and patients. At the heart of this team is someone who lives and breathes the brand, understanding its science, its strengths, and its challenges. This leader is always analyzing the market, studying competitors, and planning how to keep the brand ahead of the curve. They work hand in hand with colleagues from every department, ensuring the product is always available, compliant, and ready to meet the needs of doctors and patients. Every decision they make shapes the brand's future, from its first launch to its lasting legacy. Working alongside them is a creative force, focused on how the brand is seen and felt in the world. This expert crafts the story that doctors and patients remember, building trust and excitement through every campaign, event, and digital channel. They are always searching for ways to make the brand stand out, to reach new audiences, and to measure the true impact of every message. Their work ensures that the brand's promise is experienced at every touchpoint, leaving a lasting impression. In many Indian companies, especially those growing at a rapid pace, these roles often blend together. Sometimes one person is both the strategist and the creative mind, adapting quickly to the demands of a fast-changing market. As organizations expand, these responsibilities become more specialized, with experts focusing on either the brand's strategy or its communication, ensuring that every step of the brand's journey is managed with care, expertise, and passion.
Imagine building a car. One expert designs the engine and maps out the journey, making sure the vehicle is powerful and reliable. Another ensures the car is beautifully crafted and that everyone wants to take it for a drive. Success comes when both work together, when strategy and communication move in harmony, driving the brand forward and making a lasting impression in the market.
As we wrap up this module on structuring the sales organization in the pharmaceutical industry, remember, the right structure doesn't just organize your team, it empowers them to excel, aligns every action with your business goals, and fuels success in a dynamic, ever-changing market. Whether you're designing territories, determining the size of your sales force, or building strong management roles, each decision you make shapes the future of your brand. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Keep learning, keep leading, and continue making a real difference in the world of pharma sales.